All right, with that, we move across to some other big stories that we are tracking. Global investment bank Morgan Stanley has noted that the rationalization of the GST structure approved by the GST Council is expected to significantly boost consumption in the coming months, coinciding with the onset of the festive season. In its latest research report, the firm highlighted that the shift from the existing four-tier GST rate system to a simplified two-rate structure of a standard rate percent of 18% and a merit rate of 5% will make a range of goods and services more affordable for consumers. A special demerit rate of 40% will continue for a select few items such as tobacco products and luxury goods as well. The Morgan Stanley report has also said that they expect the improved affordability to give a fillip to consumption, especially as the new GST tax structure is effective from the start of the festive season. The report said, adding that the indirect tax reduction would help lift demand in a broad-based manner, particularly benefiting low-income households. Now, with the new GST that is set to come into effect from September of 22nd this year, in line with Prime Minister Modi's announcement during his Independence Day address about the next generation GST reforms aimed at simplifying the tax regime and benefiting consumers. The rationalization of rates gives benefit to a wide range of daily essentials, ladies and gentlemen, like healthcare items and consumer durables. For instance, GST on personal care products like hair oil, shampoo, toothpaste and shaving cream has been reduced from a staggering 18% to 5%, while dairy products such as butter and ghee will now attract 5% GST instead of earlier 12%. The individual health insurance and life insurance premiums have also been exempted from GST altogether. Meanwhile, in the auto sector, there are small cars, two-wheelers below 350cc and three-wheelers that will now attract 18% GST instead of the previous 28%, while air conditioners and large television sets have also seen their rates slashed from 28% to nearly 18%. All right, Pranav is joining us live from the digital news floor on that note. Pranav, this is a big Diwali bonanza. Morgan Stanley report also commending the GST reforms that has come after nearly 17 years.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, Morgan Stanley has now said that the government estimate of fiscal impact of 48,000 crore, that's about 0.13% of GDP, will be felt. But then that's marginal compared to the 1.98 lakh crore of consumption that it is expected to boost over the next few months, given that there is festive season and a tremendous boost is likely in consumer goods, FMCG, auto and consumer electronics because of the festive season. We're also expecting that these reforms will boost the GDP by about 1.6%. to counter Donald Trump's tariffs, which are likely to impact about 0.6% of GDP.
Right, Pranav. Thank you very much for getting us those details. Meanwhile, Union Minister Piyush Goyal has also hailed the GST reforms. Listen into what he had to say.
He had announced that there is a big Diwali bonanza in GST. And we have yesterday seen that what we thought could be big has turned out to be the biggest ever reform that India has seen since independence. This has many dimensions. Consumers will benefit in a very big way with the reduction in taxes across the board on almost all items of our day-to-day needs. Pharmaceuticals, food products, textiles, footwear. I was going through the list, it's all encompassing. And the amount of changes made in process and procedure will contribute also to the ease of doing business. These lower rates will support growth of demand, and industry's scale of operation in the country will grow by leaps and bounds. Greater demand will lead to greater investment, greater jobs, and the virtuous cycle of growth will get a leg up, will get a big boost. The virtuous cycle of growth will get a big boost from the Diwali gift given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This will contribute to ease of living, better quality of life for 1.4 billion citizens.
And even as the Congress party and the other opposition parties are calling this a very late move by the government, the BJP has gone ahead to hail the move, the GST reforms that have come after 17 years, saying that this GST reform is for the common man. Listen in to these reactions.
Now removing GST from life-saving drugs or from your life-saving earnings or the medical insurance. So these are the historical steps which I believe that every Indian is welcoming this. Secondly, now as government has proposed only 2 tax slabs, it's 5% and 18%. And very importantly, those things which government wish to that people should avoid, like tobacco or something like that, they have been heavily penalized for this purpose. So this is one of the historical decision by the government. As the Prime Minister has already said that they're going to give a big thing to the people of this country at the post-Diwali, I think this would be transforming in the economy of this country. Angur khatte hain, that would I say, because they were unable to perform. Today, I think P. Chidambaram should remember his statement in the parliament when in 2000, somewhere in 12 or 13, I exactly don't know, maybe in 12, when he said that India will achieve 10 biggest economy in next 10 years. That is their thought process, that is their view, and that is the things that they introspect about themselves. Today is the time when countries growing at the fastest growing economy in this world now. And that is the reason that because we got so many kind of reforms, times to time reforms are required. Sometimes today something is required, tomorrow something different will be required. And that is the vision that a visionary leaders understand that what and when it is required, it has to be done.